Hey, hello, it's Kevin, and today is Monday, the 18th of January 2021. It is Martin Luther King Day, a day to celebrate um, all that makes us different, all that makes us free, all the dreams, all the big visions that we want for ourselves, and to remind ourselves that Dr. King said many things, did many things, but he pushed down barriers and he allowed for the unthinkable or the unfathomable to just come through. Um, the message was about hope, it was about inclusion, it was about equality, it was about all the things that we all want to do together. Interesting, though, that this is that we are still working on that. We're all still a project working on cleaning up, tidying up, bring into view the things that we should continue working on. I think it's okay to see something as being flawed because to have growth, to have things that change, to experience growth and change, things are going to be a bit bumpy for a while or not. And I feel like the world wants to experience smooth sailing, sunny skies, all of that. And yet, things happen to shift quickly, violently, fast. So sitting back on a sunny day, looking at the sky and being all relaxed and all peaceful and chilled. Then the storm clouds roll in, the wind picks up, and the next thing you know, you've got a full raging storm happening. I've been watching a lot of interesting shows, different bits and pieces, things that light me up, I think, some fictional stuff. But there's this January energy of the decluttering, right? Now, all of a sudden, organizational experts are coming along and telling us to organize the cupboards. This word declutter, take care of the clutter. I like that. One person said this morning, I heard, the clutter in your cupboards, in your life, in your home is an extension of you. And I couldn't help but look at this lady who was saying all this and thinking, well, it's all right for you, lady, in your little whatever you are, 6x6 place with your lovely little camera going and, broadcasting to the world, telling them to declutter themselves. Well, let's have a look at the rest of your house. Let's just see how decluttered you are. And I've got friends that I am super proud of, inspired by, empowered by, that have everything in the neat little boxes and labeled and organized. Some of what I do is that way. Things I need to store, like for example, in the salon, I have the shampoos and conditioners on the shelf lined up where they're meant to be, where people can easily find them. And my little area where I prepare hair color, I've got them all lined up in the level of light versus dark, gold versus cool tones, and then a whole section of high lift. But that's for me. I sort of correlate the way that the color chart goes with where they are on the shelf. And if I open a box and I start a box of new color, I put a little mark on the edge of the label just to let you know that one's open. I don't have to open it up, pull it out, and do all that. It's a lot of work. So I think for me, organization saves me work. But I've also been mindful of the fact that, well, sometimes mess, sometimes clutter, sometimes untidiness shows that a person is in the midst of transforming from point A to point B. I would like to, and I'm working on it. Instead of being declutter, instead of being organized and all that, minimal. I'd like to be where less is actually more, where I can have 2 household tools that do one job. You know, for instance, like a drill driver and a saw, instead of the jigsaw and the miter saw and the sander and the planer and the router and the this and the this. Because truly, unless I'm in a workshop where that's my living, I'm not using all those tools all the time. They're just wasting space. That's, you know, kind of sort of like what my goal would be. Now, do I say that if I'm not minimalizing, if I'm not saying, well, why do I need 8 pairs of underwear or 12 pairs of underwear? There's a reason for that, because I don't want 4 pairs to wear out, where I have to keep buying them again. So really, it's a convenient factor. Yeah, that kind of thing. So that brings us to the message for today, and it's very important. It goes along with what I'm saying. Of course it does. Here, I was having a little bit of a challenge. Every once in a while that comes up. And I noticed that my guides and my angels are quiet today. They're not chattering. I feel them, but I don't feel them, you know, bristling down my back or saying things or having an important message. It's almost as if they are just hanging back, which is usually what happens. I'm often asked if the spirit guides and the angels that come to talk are active all the time. Sometimes they are. Sometimes it's, oh, okay, hang on a minute. You hear me say, wait. No, they're pretty quiet today, pretty docile, pretty chill. But I was having an issue with, well, I'm shuffling, looking for a jumper or looking for something to pop out, and nothing was popping out. So all of a sudden I got the message, okay, what's the date? 18. So I flipped out 18 of the angel cards and turned the 18th one over. Same with the oracle cards and turned them over, and we got these 2. How interesting that ask and receive basically says, know that you can have whatever you want, just ask for it and know that it's coming, but sit back. So there's the asking part. I'm looking to get on this purpose. I'm looking to improve that, like me. I'm looking to organize but minimize. I'm looking to offload, not load. That kind of thing. I'm looking to discard and donate rather than replace so much. Take what I need, what I'd like to use, and everything else is null and void. Then I've got the resting tree, and the resting tree is a card about patience and stillness. Hasn't popped up very often, but when it pops up, it is lovely in so much that you might feel, I don't know, you might feel pushed, rushed, that everything's got to be done tomorrow in certain areas. So I think for the most part, we've all slowed down, for sure, taking a little bit longer to appreciate the living of life, the day-to-day living of life. For me, I've always had that appreciation for the people that I love, hearing from them, you know, sending them cards if I feel like they could use a little bit of support, gratitude cards. I've done that for a while. But I also know that was in preparation for encouraging other people to have a stab at it, and reach out in ways that you wouldn't normally before. To look at any time you ever say, I just don't have time. Ooh, where is that, and what areas of your life do you want more time? And typically I think it is to spend time doing the things that light you up, the things that you enjoy doing, having those experiences. Human being, but we live in a culture of human doing. We're always doing stuff. What's that quote I wrote down? Do without doing and everything gets done. And go within and you won't go without. Just sit back and let things unfold and be perfectly okay with what is unfolding. Baron Baptiste, who is the founder of the Baptiste Power Yoga, I guess it's an institute. He has a foundation. It was the methodology that I learned to teach yoga through. He has a book, Perfectly Imperfect, pretty much where he analyzes, dissects, and goes into several different stories that people have written, or his account of people attending his workshops and seminars that come to the mat with problems that they believe are problems, insurmountable problems, issues in their tissues. And he talks about in this book, gives examples of why they happen, and oddly enough, how they happen. The challenge we all have is that we do it to ourselves. I used to use an analogy when I taught yoga about people who would say, you know, how many of you are stressed out? And 2/3 of the room would put their hands up. And then I would go around the room and ask, well, where does your stress come from? Inevitably, it was work. It was work-life balance. So this resting tree says to sit back, ask and receive. Ask, the angel of ask and receive is just ask really where you'd like to find balance, where you'd like to be organized, where you'd like to follow your heart, follow what's in your heart, follow the message that you have, and then sit back, be with peace, and have the experience of watching it all just happen. The busyness of the doing and the running around and the got to get this, got to get that, isn't actually taking stock of the being. It's more doing. Even the planning of doing is more doing. It's not, well, let's see what this looks like. Let's see what connecting with this person, that person. We are, all of us, moving towards something new, something bright. I think brighter days are definitely ahead. But those who are resisting change, resisting what they believe to be dark and gloomy, because there are folks who, the fear of what they perceive is going to happen, that fear is creating those very angry responses. Fear is something that we all have to deal with. Anyway, let's do a reading from my little, actually before we get to that, let's have a look at the Angel Love from Above, Maudie and Gail's little book. Let's flip it open. Perhaps we should find page 18 and see what that is, what that says here. Hang on. Oh, well, how odd is this? I turned to page 18 and there's a feather in it. Really? I didn't put that here. It was in the book when I got it. But today's the 18th. And oddly enough, here's a picture of an angel, which I think Gail took that photo. And it says heavenly instructions. Angels can be strangers or friends. They are put on your path to share and care, to travel through your life for a season or that reason. It's all about love. That's why they're sent with heavenly instructions from above. So that's your message. The angels have come to love you and be with you. Now let's see what today's date brings. Oops. Well, don't worry about that now. Where is the 18th? Set yourself free from control. You don't have to let people control to or manipulate you. You don't have to scream and beat upon your breast, telling them they're wrong. They cannot do that. That's letting them control you. People are energy. Thoughts are energy. When someone tries to control, that energy limits love and growth. Any attempt to control other people, what they think or what they do, puts little strings, cords, tentacles that smother, hold back, and impact in ways that don't heal. Control is not the way of the heart. It's not the way of love. As you proceed along this journey, you will become increasingly sensitive to attempts to control. You will see and feel that it's tentacles reaching out to you. You will see and feel how control affects you, how it makes you feel, how it pulls at you, bothers you, annoys you. You don't have to scream and yell. You can quietly recognize it as control. Whether the person is someone you love, an acquaintance, a business associate, a friend, or a family member, you can recognize control for what it is: a block to the heart, a hindrance to love. Set yourself free from control and manipulation. Love can't be controlled. Open your heart and let love be. And I think it's time to meditate. Yes, I like that message. Put your feet flat on the floor and just clear your space. Clear your space on the inside. Big breath in, that helps clear space. Let it out, be free. Another breath in. Clear out. One more breath in. Hold it. Hold it in a bit longer. Gently release. Give yourself a scan of your body, beginning with the soles of your feet flat to the floor and the feeling of what the floor feels like on your feet. Just allow your consciousness in your mind to rise up through your legs into your knees and hips, and from your knees into your belly, and from your belly on up into your heart area, your chest, your lungs, down both arms one at a time into your fingertips. Just gently breathing into the areas that you want to be free. Pull the breath in from where you are into the areas of your body, for instance, your neck, your lower back, elbows that are tight. Areas of your shoulders that may have been sitting forward, move them back onto your body. taking a physical inventory from the inside, from your bone structure outward past your skin. Increase the quality of your inhale and take a pause at the top of your inhale just to be in the experience of stillness, and gently exhale. And at the end of your exhale, before inhaling your next breath, again, be with the experience of the stillness. No breath in, no breath out. Just you still having an experience of empty breath. And pull air in on your next inhale. Release out on your exhale. Just continue that process of ebb and flow. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. Just the stillness and the quietness, the beingness. In this space of being, of receiving, the experience of knowing that you are completely supported, create the essence and the energy of love. In this quiet space of your being just still, totally supported, totally grounded, perfectly safe. With the energy and the essence of love around you, above you, below you, inside of you. Think of this love as being part of the air you breathe. Have the experience that today is going to present you with loving food and foods that you love to eat. The love that comes from hydrating this beautiful body you have. The love and satisfaction that you get from resting. The love that you feel from being totally at peace. Have and be with the experience that all challenges, obstacles, fears are being resolved with love. In this stillness, be with and know the dissolution of control, the removal and the dissolution of fear, is replaced by the energy of love. Let the inner well of love that's abundant, that's inside of you, increase. See this energy of love extending beyond your physical body, See this energy of love being the energy that you have to heal others. Have the experience of asking for, receiving an abundance of love in every single area of your life, in the areas of your career, your personal life, with your health, lovingly choosing self-care, lovingly choosing time spent wisely, and in all areas of your future, in areas of those things you plan to do, in plans that you've already made, in the plans and the dreams that you wish to make. Have the experience of knowing all that you lovingly ask for will be lovingly received. Keep this feeling of satiety, softness, as you bring your consciousness back to your environment, the room you're in. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Honor yourself and give thanks for the energy that you're feeling, being, and projecting. It's one of love. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center. Together we bow and say namaste. I love that. I love that. Just very simple. nothing but feeling that, being it, being around it, the human being, all that. Even to the point of, I thank you. I often get caught up in the right and the wrong and the control of this and the control of that, and I think it's the not knowing. I think it's the wanting to control what we know, wanting to control what's happening next, wanting to know that on Tuesday at 3 o'clock this is happening and that's happening. It's the expectation. And so when an expectation doesn't happen, doesn't materialize, doesn't manifest, there's a disappointment. So what was bigger? The expectation, which is about controlling, I think I have a little tick, I call it, that comes up for me, that I've got this, I can do this, but what's underneath it is the control that I need to do it, that I have to do it, I've got to get it done. I can't, well, I can. I haven't learned the art of letting go of this idea that other people can help do it. I've got this tick, that psychological tick, that if I don't do it, nobody else will. And that's linked to, if I haven't done it right, it's on me and I can take responsibility for it. Yeah, Megan, there's a lot of people feel it. If somebody else hasn't done it right, then I'm disappointed that they didn't get it right and they didn't meet my expectation. That's where the rub is. We have this feeling that we let people down, but we also have the feeling when other people let us down too. That's where control comes from. It's true. Yes. I work in a world where my income is unstable. I have no idea from one week to the next how I'm going to make this work. And I don't really say a whole lot about it because I just think, well, it's worked so far. It's been okay. I'm not living high on the hog, but I'm comfy. And then knowing that it's happening anyway gives me satisfaction to, well, what makes me think it won't continue to happen? I once took a little workshop on all the things you could actually do and achieve that didn't require any money. Didn't require you to actually get your wallet out and put money anywhere. It took away this need and desire to have more and more and more and more and more, and allowed the appreciation for the things that you've got that you don't really need to change, replace, or get new. It's perfectly okay. That's really organizing the being within, organizing the relationships, and that's what I think ask and receive in the resting tree. These energies of today, the 18th, 1 and 8 is 9. 9 is a creative number. It's also a number that's divisible by 3. So you've got the energy of today's, right now, this minute, to look at that. Look at the control, but what's really behind it. Because, control's the front door. Where are you controlling? What are you controlling? And letting go, what does that mean? In your head, what does it mean to let go? To let go of control. To be free. Free from judging other people, for sure. If somebody doesn't come through for you, they didn't come through for you. Does it make them a bad person? I often have people that call me day before, night before, morning of, day of. Can't make it. Something happened. I might have a 2-hour chunk of time. that is, oh, I now have a break. But with that break, there's no income. So does that mean the other person's wrong? No. I could make it mean that if I wanted to. People forget. Does it mean they're wrong? No, not really. They forgot. What I look at is the intention behind the action. What is the intention behind the action? When I get to the point of, did thus and so, this person, that person, the other person intend, get up and purposefully, deliberately say, I'm not going. I can't go. I won't go. If the intention is to harm and hurt, if I don't go, if I don't show up, if I don't do this, I don't do that, I'm causing pain and suffering to somebody else. If that is the intention, wow, that's on that person, not on you. That person's got to live with that. Got to reconcile that within themselves. It's not something you have to reconcile. What I know about accepting that and being that as truth, something else happens that replaces it once that control's gone, once the disappointment's gone, once the release of that nonsense that sends us into a tailspin about somebody not doing something we told them to do and we expected them to do and it wasn't done. And here you get this whole lifted thing. And the challenge is the mirror shows us that when we feel like if we don't do it, nobody will. If I don't load up more and more and more and more and more, it won't get done. That's wrong. That's putting more burden on yourself than you need to have on you. So there's there's buckets of your life: the personal, the health, and the career. These 3 buckets. They've got to somehow be balanced. Once they get balanced, and in personal, it can be love relationships, family relationships. In health, it is, where's your stress being managed? Where's your anxiety being managed? Where's your depression being managed? All of those things are linked to health. And then your career. Are you satisfied in the work that you're doing? Not, does it make you look better than somebody else? That's not what I'm talking about. Does it fulfill you? Does it bring you joy? Do you feel like you're being of service first to yourself? Is it serving your heart, like doing this kind of thing? I get up 5:30 in the morning. I love it. I look forward to it. I get to do this. I get to learn. Oddly enough, I get to learn and be with something that I never thought I would ever be able to do. I never thought this was possible. A year ago, you said, oh, in fact, friends of mine have said, you should do this. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, like, you must be off your mind. I'm not doing that. What makes me think I could do that? That's my other tick. Who in the world would find any of this interesting? But then I got to the point of, well, I am interesting. The challenge for me was I had to find myself interesting. I had to challenge who I was, what I was up for. Looking for something out there. I think last summer I was looking for a computer table. I saw it. I saw what I wanted in my head, not in a store. And I went on this hunt for it. Yes, you are, Mallory. Yeah, I'm sure you've told Megan. Oh, gosh, those things. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All that stuff we did at teacher training. Anyway, I went looking for this computer desk. I should put up a video of that, me making it. And I couldn't find it. And then my friend Maggie, he said, you should make it. Are you mad? I don't know how to make a table. I've never made furniture. I don't saw things. I don't have power tools to do all that stuff. I have no clue. That was, thinking I could go find it. And dang, if I didn't go into the Home Depot one day and find a load of wood, figure out how to stain it, sand it, then where's the legs come from? Went on YouTube, found somebody that made legs out of lead pipe or metal pipe or iron pipe and put it together. Then I'm thinking, okay, if I can do this, there's nothing I can't do. So there you go. All right, my friends, listen, have a great Monday. Get the word out. I know you're doing that. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.